Welcome to Biafra Battle Cry TV. We are loyalists to IPOB leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Biafra is our religion and here is where we worship. Biafra is a spirit and a movement. We bring you bold, unfiltered updates on the internal and external forces confronting our people, exposing the oppression and injustice within the so-called shrine of injustice in Nigeria. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay connected to the heartbeat of the resistance. Thanks for watching, and may Biafra rise. Ise. 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 Now. The Twitter known as X post where documents Dr. Maxwell Opara's arrival in Paris, France, as part of a broader campaign to advocate for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, a British political activist and leader of the Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB, who has been detained by the Nigerian government. This campaign follows an initial effort at the 2025 Nigerian Bar Association Annual General Conference in Enugu State, highlighting a strategic shift to international advocacy. Nnamdi Kanu's detention stems from his advocacy for Biafran independence, which has led to significant controversy and legal battles, including his arrest and subsequent demands for his release without trial by his supporters. The campaign's focus on international pressure, including planned visits to France, Spain, Germany, Austria, and Belgium, aims to garner global attention and support for his cause, reflecting a growing trend of leveraging international platforms for human rights issues. The involvement of legal professionals and human rights activists like Dr. Maxwell Opara in this campaign underscores the intersection of legal advocacy and political activism, an approach that has been increasingly utilized in similar cases worldwide. This method not only seeks to influence public opinion but also to pressure governments through diplomatic channels, a strategy supported by historical precedents where international advocacy has led to the release of detained activists. Thanks again for watching and stay tuned.
This persecution of the Igbo people, this orchestrated, almost global persecution of the people, stops with me. It cannot happen. It can never happen. That is why we do what we do. That is why I do what I do. I am campaigning for the freedom of my people because of the persecution that we are facing. It's as simple as that. Nothing more, nothing less.
The release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So from Paris, here, France, we moved to Spain, from Spain, we moved to Austria, from Austria, we moved to Germany, from Germany, we moved to Belgium. We should be campaigning, asking the federal government of Nigeria and the Nigerian judiciary to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu unconditionally.
Well, what you must know is that Nnamdi Kanu is being held hostage on behalf of the famed unity of Nigeria. That's what it's all about. It's as simple as that. If you mention his name in certain circles, they don't want to hear it because they feel like he threatens the real estate called Nigeria. And his Igbo makes it worse because Nigeria's DNA hates the Igbo for attempting, in the 60s and, towards the end of the 70s, to leave a country they said is no longer favorable to their existence. But I keep saying, and I will repeat here again, is there any Nigerian out there in their majority who has not mentally seceded from Nigeria? Not many. That's why people are living in droves. Each time you get on a plane leaving this country is full, each time it's coming back, probably full too, but it is those who are coming back to pack their things that are coming back. That's the way I describe it. But the truth is that Nnamdi Kanu has been held hostage. He was abducted from Kenya, extraordinary rendition. The fact that he's kidnapped from Kenya could not be explained shows that any judicial pronouncement or processes after that is null and void. You cannot go and kidnap somebody and bring them before a court. And the courts have made it very clear, even up to the Supreme Court, that he did not jump bail. It was the military that went to his house to kill people, and then he escaped. And now you have brought him back, you ought to respect and restore his bail. That's what I told his lawyers. Why are you applying for bail again? Because the Supreme Court made all the pronouncements except releasing him. And I think it was because they were afraid. And that's why I say he's a hostage to this country. And like you rightly said, there are other people who have made even more egregious pronouncements and fought and carried arms in this country. And you have not treated them the same way because they're not Nnamdi Kanu's, their name don't sound East. And I'm not here to fetish being able. But the reality is that they are not treated fairly. And Nnamdi Kanu is part of the reason why that is clear to everybody.
Right.
And by the way, I must also reveal here that there are some Igbo elites who are behind this. You know, whenever there's a crime of conspiracy against freedom fighters, there are people inside and outside who are working together.
Is here. It's your law. Just obey it. That is why I do what I do. I agitate for Biafra. I agitate for Biafra, my right to agitate. My right.
Biafrans and lovers of freedom. That's it for today's broadcast from Biafra Battle Cry TV, where truth is our weapon and freedom is our mission. We remain unwavering in our loyalty to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the liberation of our people. The struggle continues, and so does our voice. Share this message, subscribe, and spread the fire, because every voice counts in the fight for justice. Until next time, stay bold, stay vigilant, and stay Biafran. Biafra lives. Biafra rises. Biafra is our destiny. Ise. Ise. Ise.